This is the movie I've been asked the most about since I started doing this channel. Hey guys, it's Will. It's Hong Kong Cinema Appreciation Society. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for finding us. I hope you enjoy this video. If you're not subscribed and you could subscribe, that would be a huge help. I'm going to adjust my seating here. I got a new phone, so the camera is different, and I'm still trying to still working on where to put it and where to put myself and everything in relationship to it. But anyway, the point being, we're here today to talk about the fact that The Killer has been announced by Shout Factory. This is a U.S. and Canada Region A release. So, 4Ks, from what I understand, are naturally region free, and that's not an exception with these films. But it is a dual format release, 4K and Blu-ray. It is coming out in December of 2025. And it's after Hard Boiled, maybe along with Hard Boiled. This is the movie I've been asked the most about since I started doing this channel, which I think was like 2017. The channel really became like a thing during COVID because I was just stuck at home watching movies and I had a lot of time to record. But I made my first video about Hong Kong physical media. It was like a DVD pickup video. I can't honestly remember. I think it was in 2018, so 7 years ago. In those 7 years, the two movies I've been asked about the most, when is the Blu-ray coming out, when is the 4K coming out, what do you know about this? I want a lavish edition of it. It's the best movie ever made. Those two movies that I get the most are Hard Boiled and The Killer. Hard Boiled being, I think, more popular in the US and Canada, and The Killer being a bigger movie in the UK. That seems to be the case with the breakdown of who's asking me what, and also just kind of what I understand historically about how those movies performed when they were released in different markets and stuff like that. So we have the artwork here, which has been controversial. I actually really like this artwork. I really like the inside sleeve artwork. That's maybe my favorite poster for The Killer. But the slipcase artwork, I don't mind either. And I immediately liked it more than Hard Boiled. As I've said before, the Hard Boiled one has grown on me. The choice of green is still a little bit odd to me. It doesn't feel like a green movie to me. I know it's a very abstract thing to say, but I do really like it. But I liked this right away, and I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. I like that. It's $65 as listed on the Shout Factory website. That is also the case with Hard Boiled. You get a poster if you buy it from the Shout Factory website. It's not as expensive from what I understand if you buy from distributors like Orbit DVD or Diabolic DVD or places like that. I ordered the A Better Tomorrow trilogy. I think from Orbit, it may have been Diabolic. It was one of those two. I can't remember which one. And it was $10 to $15 cheaper than it was listed for on the Shout website. I'm sure if you order from Amazon at some point, the price will come down before the release comes out. But as of now, on the Shout Factory website, it's listed at $65. But like I said, the Hard Boiled on Diabolic, Orbit, other places like that, I think is $45. So but it's listed at $65 on the Shout website. So you can definitely get it for significantly cheaper than that. Do I need to read about The Killer? I kind of don't think I do. If you don't know what this movie is, it's a John Woo film from 1989. It is one of the most famous and most classic Roy Bloodshed films, and I would say probably one of the most famous action films, period, of all time, especially when it comes to gun action. Chow Fat is in it. Danny Lee is in it. It's just, it's got a romance at the core of it, also a bromance. There's a cop and an assassin who form an unlikely sort of mutual understanding of one another in this world of immense corruption and violence and bad people. And there is a woman who is an accidental victim of one of the assassin's crimes, kind of caught in the middle of that, with whom there is a bit of a romance. And it's just a great kind of, you might even call it a cat and mouse movie, in which the cat and the mouse realize that there are much bigger animals out there trying to eat both of them, and maybe they're not as different as they thought they were. Bonus features for UHD/Blu-ray release. Disc 1, feature film 4K UHD. New 4K scan from the original camera negative, presented in Dolby Vision HDR10 compatible. Audio, Cantonese DTS HD Master Audio Mono. And then English DTS HD Master Audio Mono. New optional English subtitles newly translated for this release. This is new audio commentary with director John Woo and film journalist Drew Taylor. Hell yeah, John Woo commentary on The Killer. I mean, come on. New audio commentary with critic and author David West. Audio commentary with director John Woo and producer Terrence Chang, which was recorded for the Criterion Collection release of this film, which I think I've heard that at some point. I think someone ripped it for me and sent it to me. I can't honestly remember. Disc 2 is the feature film on Blu-ray. So it has the new scan, the same audio stuff, and the same commentary tracks. And then disc 3, bonus disc. It is a bonus Blu-ray. This is the thing that I think is really special about this release that people will get really excited about. The Hero of Heroic Bloodshed, a John Woo documentary. A feature-length documentary on the cinema of Hong Kong's iconic director featuring new interviews with John Woo, stuntman Bruce Law, producer Michael Collieri, writer Mike Werb, producer Laurie Tilkin de Felice, director Roll Rain, and many more. New, A Bullet Ballet, an interview with director John Woo. New, My Kind of Hero, an interview with producer Terrence Chang. New, Editing the Killer, an interview with editor David Wu. That's really interesting to me because I'm going to put my computer down for a second. If you're not familiar with John Woo, or if you don't know a lot about like film production, and I can by no means claim to be an expert on film production, I've been on the set of a handful of movies. I've acted. There's a movie I wrote that has been produced. It's in post-production right now. John Woo would shoot like multiple cameras simultaneously and from multiple angles. The amount of setups and the footage from his films is like, I can't even fathom it. Like, especially with Hard Boiled, there's actually on the Criterion Collection commentary for Hard Boiled, Roger Avery is part of it, who's a filmmaker. And in the Tea House shootout, he's talking on the commentary track about just like the astonishing number of setups and how John Woo is truly like a visual genius in that he has that many setups, that many cameras running simultaneously, so much chaotic action happening, and it all holds together really, really well. It's not just like a mess visually, right? It doesn't just turn into like this stew of nonsense that the audience can't comprehend. So it would be really interesting to hear someone who's edited a John Woo film discuss that process and like John Woo's vision and stuff like that. I think that's a really cool bonus feature. And then there's a new thing called Hong Kong Confidential, which is an Inside the Killer with author Grady Hendrix. And then there's deleted and extended scenes, trailers, and an image gallery. So this is releasing, I believe, on the 2nd of December, 2025. I have not pre-ordered this yet because I haven't even pre-ordered Hard Boiled yet, honestly. I did pre-order the Better Tomorrow set. Like I said, Better Tomorrow is one of my favorite movies ever. And when it came down to, do I pre-order that or Hard Boiled, it was like, well, the Better Tomorrow set has all 3 movies. It has the work print cut of A Better Tomorrow 2, which I'm so curious about. And I was like, it was $10 more, and it's 3 movies plus all this other shit. So I was like, all right, let me order that. So my next target is Hard Boiled, and then my next target after that is The Killer, but I will be picking this up. I will be reviewing it. I'm not sure yet whether I'm going to do the Shout Factory releases for YouTube or whether they will be Patreon exclusive, because I am buying these with Patreon money, and I do want to make sure that patrons are getting their money's worth and that I'm doing exclusive content for them and that I'm attentive to them and not just using the fact that they're supporting the channel to make the YouTube better. I want to make it kind of 2 different experiences. We do have a Discord, so we chat a lot in there, and I will ask people how they feel about this. If you're interested in joining, you sign up for $2 a month or $5 a month. Those are the 2 tiers that we have right now. And I try to do 1 video every week that is either an exclusive or early release, and there's other stuff in there. And like I said, there's the Discord, and I do polls about what I should review next and things like that. But anyway, The Killer, and it's coming in 4K. And it's really exciting. It's been almost 10 years since I've seen this movie. Of all of the really, really famous Hong Kong films, especially ones that I talk about a lot on this channel and that people talk to me a lot about doing this channel, this is the one that I have seen the least recently. I think the last time I saw this was in theaters. I saw it at the New Beverly. I think, was it with Once a Thief? I can't remember what the other movie on the bill was, but it's been quite a while since I've seen this movie. I did go through the DVD maybe 6 or 7 years ago and like edit some clips out to put on Instagram and stuff like that. So I kind of skimmed it, but I haven't like sat down and watched it in probably almost 10 years. So I'm very excited. So let me know what you think about this release. I'm sure that there are a lot of people out there who will be holding out for the Arrow release. I am supporting the Shout Factory releases because they're in my region and they're coming out slightly earlier and for various other reasons. So my name is Will. You're watching Hong Kong Cinema Appreciation Society, and we'll see you next time.